Gotta fire somebody, right?
Yeah.
For what it's worth, Mike wasn't upset about missing it.
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah,
Jeans league.
Yeah. I don't know. I think, I answered everything last night, but, if anything comes up, obviously, Cam's out for the year with a left knee. It's a shame, he's worked hard as a good young player, and he'll work hard to do that. And I know that, a lot of times people, the one thing that I think I've always, even when I was an assistant coach, and I learned it as an assistant coach, is that a lot of times people deem people as backup players, and one thing that I've talked to this coaching staff about, and I've talked to the players about, that I don't want, and I say it all the time, I really don't want anyone on this roster, on this team, that's a backup. I want everyone to be treated and prepared just like they're a starter. And I think you see that. I think we've seen that during the year. We saw it last year at times, and I think we saw it, saw it the other night. Josh Wells goes in there and he's ready to go. We've got, we're fortunate to have, we have Wells, we have Walker, we have AJ, we have Linder. Saying all those guys can all play out there at tackle and have played out there at times, whether it be practice or a game or whether they've done it in college. So I feel real comfortable about, where we are there, and it's again, we're just thinking about Cam as he's working through it, and obviously he's scheduled for surgery soon.
I was going to say, you would be comfortable if you had to move even Linder out to tackle?
I'm talking about if we have problems. I'm saying? I'm talking about if Josh is injured, or, I'm just trying to make sure that everyone understands the question is like, so, if this person is injured, who's going in next, or who's going that? So we're 3 deep, at every position in the line. But what I wanted to do is just make sure everyone understands that we're not, scouring it and thinking that we need to go out there and find some answers. We have the answers here in the building.
Sorry, so Josh Walker would be next in line after?
He could be, yeah. He played tackle. We got Will Richardson, who's a young player that, we're excited about. We got to catch him up. He missed a lot of camp. So, with the injury, but now it's a lot better now than it was before, So, and he's another guy that could go ahead and swing, and he's athletic enough to do it. So, he's the one guy I left out, but, we feel comfortable if he's got to go, and then we'll have him ready.
Obviously, Cam will go to IR. What do you anticipate doing with that roster start?
We're talking about it right now, so we're going to see, how it goes. We haven't had that meeting yet. We have a roster spot, and then obviously, potentially a practice squad spot too, depending on what we do. So, those things are ongoing conversations. It's kind of tough in the morning because, we're trying to we have the team meetings and got to get prepared and, talk about the game, make the corrections, which, we definitely have some work to do there. So I haven't had those meetings yet.
What have you liked out of Ronnie Harrison these first 2 weeks?
He's done a nice job. I mean, I think he's getting better and better as he plays. We're very fortunate. We have, I said it before, we have 5 safeties that I think could start, in a lot of places. He's done a good job as a young guy that came in where it's not too big. There's still some things, he would tell you that he needs to do a better job of. But you're seeing him progress as a pro player each week, which is good. And I think, we have two good guys back there starting. I think, I said it last year about T. Gip. Gibson had a heck of a year last year for us, and he's having, he's off to a really good start this year. And I think that a lot of things get overlooked. And, he was, matched up about 17 or 18 times out there and did an outstanding job. And it's a job that, a lot of people in this league have had difficulty doing, covering the tight end. So I thought he did an excellent job, and it's one that, kind of gets overlooked, a little bit, like the same with, a lot of unsung guys. Our inside guys played extremely well in the short yardage situations, and got good penetration. Taven Bryan's actually, looks like he's playing better, kind of like how the Harrison thing is, each week. That's what we want to see, which I think is a natural progression. And now we're going to turn the page. Now it's officially done. The players are done for the day, and we're working on a division opponent that you know, is a very good football team. You know, they have a new coaching staff. We spent a lot of time with them on the off season, and now we're going to get, you know, heavily involved to what's going on right now and try to put the best plan we can together and get ready to play.
What has DJ Shark done to sort of earn more opportunities, if you look in the passing game, or just on the field and more snaps?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, we have a pretty good mixture of those guys that are up. You know what I'm saying? The 4 receivers plus Mick, you know, who can go in there and play. We don't have a problem putting him in there. I think each one of those guys, I think, you know, DJ's done a good job. You know, he's a big, tall, strong receiver. You know, obviously, you know, he put the ball down on the ground, which was, you know, sometimes you look at, and yeah, obviously we need better ball security, there's no doubt about it, but it was a great punch out, you know, that came out, and I think he'll learn from it and he'll get better. So, you know, he's a guy that's been working extremely hard, you know, and he's got talent. So we're just going to keep working with him, and when those opportunities present themselves, then he's just got to go and take advantage of it, just like everybody else.
That Telvin Smith hit on Chris Hogan over the middle, it looked like a clean hit to me. What was the explanation that the refs gave you, and how frustrating is it to see a guy lower shoulder to a guy's chest and get called for it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the same thing. I try not to get into things, you know, with the officials afterwards. So basically what we do is we'll turn it in and you know, they'll give us a response. But like I always encourage everyone, if you need a response to it, I'd much rather, you know, you go right to them directly if you can, which I don't know if you can or not. But, you know, for my conversations with them, I'll tell you what's been told, and, you know, but, you know, they called it what, you know, what they said. I mean, that's what was said to me on the sideline.
What's your reaction when you watch the film and see the catch that Keelan Cole made? Have you had a chance?
I think I'm like everybody else, like you go, wow, you know. But he's made those catches in training camp. You know, he's done that before. But I think when you actually go out there and do it, I mean, it's still the same thing. I mean, you know, we can all appreciate, you know, as players and coaches, even though we see it every day. And you look around the league and you'll see other players that do great things like that or make these things, and you know, you kind of just tip your hat and acknowledge, go, wow, it's a hell of a play, you know, and it was a hell of a play.
How valuable is it for,
What's your plan for Leonard this week? Kind of look at him the same way.
Yeah, I was really optimistic last week, and obviously I was wrong. But, you know, I mean, it's the one thing that kicks me in the butt all the time now. You know, sometimes when I feel like, hey, he's going to be all right, and I want to say it, and I don't, you know, or, you know, hey, this guy might not, and he does. But again, we took the test, another test today, and it was good, and tomorrow will be, you know, another test, and we'll just take it day by day.
The hope is we'll be able to practice on Wednesday if he's
ready. Yeah. We got practice now. It's not like.
I know you guys do, guys.
No, we all do. Coaches, players, me, everybody, trainers, everybody, equipment guys.
Is it an anomaly that Blake's numbers are really, really good when Leonard hasn't been on the field?
Yeah, I don't know. You got to ask. I have no idea. That one, I really can't answer that one. Not because I don't want to. I just can't.
You guys, in those situations, you put more on his plate, and has he really kind of responded in those games?
I think whenever you have a player that's injured, let's take Cam, you know, and then you go out there and you have, you know, Josh go out there and do a heck of a job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people tend to step up. I just think that's more human nature, you know, than anything. So, you know, but let's make sure we understand that, you know, Leonard's obviously a very important player for us and a guy that can, you know, change games. So, you know, to have the other players pick it up and do a good job is obviously important, and I think that's what the players have done. And I think that, you know, the backs that are in there are toughing it out, you know, TJ and, you know, Corey, and we got Brandon in there a little bit. But, you know, I think Corey's shown, like I said before, people like, well, we always felt that we can do things, you know, for him and have total trust in him.
You guys won, I think, 7 in a row at home. What did you think of yesterday's atmosphere, and how can you sort of keep building on that with 2 straight home games now?
I still talk about the fans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I never seen a team win a lot of games at home that doesn't have the support. You know, I think the fans were outstanding. I think, you know, it's an important part. I know that, you know, we're a young football team. I know that we get, you know, our fans actually, you know, fire us up. I hate to say that because you would think that we're professionals and maybe I can do a better job of getting the team ready to go. But, you know, the fans are great. I mean, you know, they're here, you know, and, we're just trying to go out there every day and play the type of game and win games, or have the opportunity to win games that, the fans of Jacksonville can be proud of. They can be proud to wear that shirt, on Monday. And, sometimes when you don't play well, it's tough. It's tough to wear that shirt. So, we're trying to do that. It's about more than just a team. I like to be able to sit here and say, hey, we don't talk about anyone else or anything like that. But, we talk about our support. We talk about the advantage that we have. And we have a good understanding that we have to play well, to gain that support. And I think that's the way it is. I just think that's the truth. And the fans have been great. They've done their part, and we're excited about it this week. Playing our division home opener. I mean, you could label it whatever you want, but we're hoping that they come out again and cheer this team on, because they're when we win, they're a part of it.
2 of his last 3 games, Blake Bortles has faced Bill Belichick's defense. 64% completions, 670 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 pick. This was a guy 13 months ago who most of this he probably didn't even want here anymore. What's impressed you about the way his career arc's kind of been turned around here and what he's done?
Yeah, well, you guys say most of the people around here didn't want him. I want to make sure.
Not necessarily, but just talking about city.
But not you, though. I'm just asking if you were one of them. I mean, it's no big deal.
More than most, personally, but yeah.
Yeah, so you want him?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, I can't speak for that. We felt very comfortable. We saw the progress, and but I say the same thing. And Blake knows this. It's you're judged by each Sunday. One Sunday you go out there and play well, and people are going to like you and pat you on the butt. Next Sunday you go out there and don't play well, they want to get rid of you. Same with coaches, same with players. I mean, it doesn't matter. So, he's been through a lot. The one thing I do admire, though, and I say this all the time, is his, toughness to it, and the way he's gone about and prepared each week. And, he's doing everything he can to help this team win, and that's what we judge him on. Like I said before, it's not like, whether it's this or that or percentage or completion percentage or how he plays. At the end of the day, I think, quarterbacks and players, coaches, everybody, we're just judged on winning and losing. We just want to win.
Is that your rule that the guys can do whatever they want on 3rd down to get the 1st down that he was talking about yesterday?
No, we went into the game thinking that, one of our goals, one of the things that we tried to establish is that we wanted to make sure that we had the ball to end the 2nd quarter and end the 4th quarter. And, it's you can say you always want to do it, but against the team that we played, they are probably the best team, with the last drive of the 2nd quarter and the last drive in the 4th quarter. They're just outstanding, So that was one of the things. So, we wanted to make sure that we were able to complete that. We thought it would help us, and we had a lot of faith in what we were doing. We thought we had good plays. We thought we could get it done. And, at the end, really, Corey makes a great play to do it. And it was a good 2-minute drive. We worked, a whole lot on 2-minute during training camp. So, we feel we're prepared. We work on it during the week. And, at the end of the day, you still got to go out there and execute. And we were able to do that. So that's a good thing. And then the 4th and inches one, we were going to go for it. And, we got called for abruptly shifting to try to draw the other opponent off sides, which, you guys know me. That wasn't the case at all. I mean, we were going to run a play, and I don't know. So we'll see that one when we get that one back. That was a little tough one.
I thought he was talking about lowering the shoulder against
Question he asked?
No. Blake, when he said that the rule is they can do whatever they want to get a 1st down on a 3rd down, that's why I kind of lowered the shoulder and ran into Gilmore. I was wondering if that was.
He said that?
Yeah.
Did he say that was an objective? That was like told from me or Coach Hackett?
You can do whatever you want.
Let me tell you something. If it's a rule, it's one I didn't make. So, but you know what? If we can get the 1st down, yeah, hell yeah. But don't make no mistake about it. We want to be smart in what we do too with the quarterback.
Doug, did you have to do anything different substitution-wise because of the temperature, how hot it was? Did you substitute more liquid than you normally would have?
No, we feel we've practiced in this. We practiced during the week in it. It was like I said, Thursday was hot. Saying we went out there and practiced on Thursday. You guys are out there. We practice. fast. We practice up tempo sometimes. We do a lot, during it to get ourselves used to, playing down here. And, when you look at the schedule, history has shown that we played a lot. We played home games early in the year down here, and, something that we felt that, could be an advantage for us. So for us, when it's, we want it hot, as hot as it can be. We want it to be 97, 107 on the field, and that's one of the things that we feel comfortable with. I mean, I'm not saying that we're better than anyone else. I mean, New England's a well-conditioned team. I didn't think it looked like it did anything to them at all. But we just feel like, hey, listen, this is something that could help us. No different than anyone else. You gotta try to get as many advantages as you can. That's why, even though we have an indoor facility, during training camp and during the week, we practice outside as much as we can, to get ourselves used to it.
How often does the nutrition team talk to the players about staying hydrated and that sort of thing throughout the
Yeah, we do it. We do it. Yeah, we do it pretty much once we get we do it a lot during the week, but if we want to make a big point out of it, then we'll bring it in the team meeting and do it. And the one thing, it's a two-way street, meaning that, you can talk about it and show them that and do all this stuff, but it's another thing when you're a player and you actually do it. And I think right now there's a good combination of our players and, with our nutrition trainers and our weight coaches, really taking, what they say and actually doing it. And that's the one thing. And I think anything like that helps, especially when, we're talking about this is really just game 2 of a long season. And it's not just, nutrition, but it's the weightlifting, it's the way we practice and the focus. I think, you have to be able to do those things because sometimes it's just, attrition, an active attrition when the season comes along. It's just, keeping your body right, keeping your mind right, keeping your practices right. And I think, the one thing that I just want to make sure everyone understands, the one thing that gets missed in all this stuff is because it's a performance-based business on Sunday, is really just the guys on our practice squad now, probably the best bunch of guys I've been around. I mean, they're really doing a good job. They're working their butts off, and they're a big part. And that's the one thing when you look around and you say to yourself, hey, that was good. Well, this team looked prepared. Well, obviously the coaches did a good job, the players preparing, but the guys that are out there running the plays and doing those things are probably the unsung type heroes, that do all the tough work, the grunt work, the real tough things, and no one says anything to them. I try to do a good job with them. I think this year's group of guys have been outstanding. All right, thank you.
Yep.